Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a new mod map tour of Estancia São Carlos map. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome to Estancia São Carlos map. This is by Dayton Henrique. This is 134.42 megabytes to download. This is for all platforms. I'll read off what it says in the mod hub before we get into it here. It says Estancia São Carlos is a Brazilian map based on the region of the municipality of Jataí, Goiás, and I'm pronouncing everything wrong, I apologize. Map with a small town accompanied by a gas station and a mechanic. Map with 23 fields with missions, present with additional crops such as beans and sorghum, so we have black beans and sorghum on this map. The sale of grains in general can be made in the warehouse Periso and Boa Vista. The Boa Vista warehouse accepts grains, potatoes, beets, and sugarcane in addition to bales of cotton, wool, grass, silage, and straw. At the animal dealer, there is a point of selling silage, straw, and grass. In the city, it is possible to sell potatoes, beets, and eggs at the São Carlos market. Milk is sold at the dairy. At the sawmill, you can sell logs and wood chips. To buy limestone, you have to take a trailer to the unloading point at the limestone mine. On each farm, there is a water collection point. The main farm comes with a house for sleeping, a chicken coop, and a pasture for sheep. The map has another farm with a sleeping house, cow pasture, and bunker for silage. BGA for working with silage. Thank you. Have a great game. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You don't start down here in the corner. You start up over here. I already did the map tour, but I realized that I didn't record it actually. So we're going to start over. But we're going to start down here since I have a truck down here that I drove down here. So, but yes, typically you start up here in the shop parking lot. And as far as land, you don't own all this. This is what you start off with in new farmer mode, is this chunk of land here with chickens, sheep, a house, and a water point on it, and field 20. This is the BGA over here, which is 195,000, which I bought. You can buy all the peripheral if you want for $2 million. Down here, you have another farm that has a house and a water point for 604,000. This one down here for 1.1 million has cows, water point, a house, and a fairly large field, actually. Now, again, some of these fields are fairly large, so they're going to cost you quite a bit of money. But otherwise, yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to start down here. We're going to take a look at these points here. We're going to drive up here, take a look here. And then we're not going to worry about these because these ones, there's not a ton going on and it would take us a lot of work to get over there. So we'll get those in our fly through. And I'm learning this all now 2020 or hindsight 2020 now that we're doing the tour again. And this will also get with the flyover. So we're going to head up this way, get everything on this corridor here, head over, walk around the new farm, and then we'll do a flyover and call it good for the map tour. So it'll be much more efficient than my first one because, well, that's how it does if you do things more than once. So yes, so let's go through a couple things in here. You have contracts on the fields as mentioned in the comments there, or in the mod hub. You start off with $100,000, not $8 million, so just an FYI. You have lots of equipment, which we'll take a look at in the store in a second. You have several sell points on here. Biogas plant obviously won't show up unless you purchase it. And then we've taken a look at the map. So let's take a look at what we start off with. Let me scroll back to the beginning since I've already gone through this. There we go. The Stara ST Max 105, the Massey Ferguson 7719. We also have the John Deere 6145M, which this one right here is, this one is in need of repair and is parked at the repair shop, which I'll show you in a second. The Lizard Warrior here, John Deere T560 right here. I bought this pickup truck. This one you start with. Then we have the Crampy trailer here. The Stara Ninja 19,000, a grain header, corn header, small plow. We have a cultivator that can also seed grass, oilseed, and canola. We have a planter. We have a herbicide and fertilizer sprayer, a fertilizer spreader. We also have a water tank, header trailer, and a tractor weight. So there you go. That is everything we have. Now here, right in front of us, off in the corner, we have the straw dealer. The animal dealer is just behind us there. So the straw point right there is going to take silage, grass, hay, and straw, and then that's just your animal dealer right there. So we'll go ahead and head out of here, and I'll show you that tractor that's in the workshop once we get up to it. So I'll show you guys that, don't worry. The lime dealer is just behind us in those trees there. Very cool lime dealer, but we'll go ahead and fly over it. It's much easier and better to do that, I think. So we'll head up this way. Get back onto the roads here. The map is very nice. Now that I've already driven around it, it's very nice. I really like it. It's highly detailed. And I don't think there's a ton of obstacles for doing field work, so I think it won't frustrate some of you guys. And again, you can always remove trees and stuff if you want to, and things like that. Course play is probably advised if you're on PC. This is for all platforms. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but this is an all platforms map. Right here we have the Boa Vista Vales. So let's take a look at those. Silage, grass, hay, and straw. Let's make sure there's nothing else on there. And then also, that's right, cotton and wool at that point as well. Now, we also have the Boa Vista Warehouse, which is just over off screen down below us here, which we'll take a look at in a second. They're going to take wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soy, corn, sugar beets, potatoes, and sugar cane, as well as black beans and sorghum, which are our bonus crops on here. So, and that's that point right down there in that garage. So, next to these grain silos here. So we'll hop out and keep going. I'll get another drink of coffee to keep me going. It drives you crazy when I do stuff like that, but it always happens. Or it doesn't always happen, but oh, you know how it goes, I suppose. Maybe you don't, but I've ruined my fair share of recording since doing YouTube stuff, so it happens every so often. It's been a while since I've had one, so I'm honestly overdue to have ruined a recording for a video. So, yeah, but I keep glancing over, making sure my audio and everything's going in. I can only imagine that I could make another mistake like that. I did one time. I've had one map tour I had to record it 3 times because I had issues every time. That was all my fault. But anyhow, we'll come back to that one because we're gonna head out that way. So we'll go up into town here. I'm actually just gonna park this guy at the beginning of town, and we're gonna walk up because it's just a little bit easier to do it that way. So first up, biogas plant through here, bunker silo, digestate out point here, and then digestate in point here. The BGA is gonna take silage, grass, hay, manure, and slurry. So good point there for you. Good point of sale. Now if we head up this way, we have the shop right over here. This is where you start off at. You have a repair trigger here, as well as your store trigger there, which pops you out that way right there. Now if we head just a bit further up, we have a fuel point right here. We keep going, we have a sell point right here. We go into the menu here. We are at, if I zoom in, the São Carlos market. So São Carlos market, they are going to take sugar beets, potatoes, eggs, and that is everything for you. Now, if we curve a left right here, head up this road right here, this is that repair shop I was telling you about. Your John Deere tractor, which is in need of repairs, is sitting at, ready to be repaired by that shop. Back out to the main road here. Now, this next point up right here is the dairy station. They're going to take just milk here. And then we have our sawmill over here, which we look around, sell our place to sell logs and lumber there, and then we have our wood chip sell point here. That's what they're going to take here. So there you go. This is kind of your town with quite a few sell points in it. Got some different stuff going on, but we're going to go ahead and hop back in our truck and continue on the tour, I think. So I think we'll do that. Keep going. We'll head just down this little bit here, and then we'll take a look at this sell point that's on the right coming up. So you can see it inside of that kind of grain, that kind of covered area in there. We'll take a right here. We're not going to drive in there, just gets unnecessary. But you can see under there, that's where the sell point is actually at. And here's your main entrance for it right there. So this is the Estancia warehouse. They are going to take black beans and sorghum, as well as wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soy, corn, sugar beets, and potatoes. So there you have it. That's what they're going to take there. Now, if we continue on looking at the map, this is going to take us straight down to our, what am I trying to say here? Straight down to our starting farm. There we go. So we'll take a look at that, and then we will do a flyover, take a look at the other 2 farms, which the other 2 farms are fairly basic. This one has the most going on by far. But yeah, and it's not, I mean, there's not a ton going on. I kind of like the yards because they're fairly simple. Ooh, leave those cars without hitting them, a surprise. But yeah, they're fairly simple yards, and they have a lot of ability for you to add stuff if you want to, and maybe adjust a little bit if you wanted to. So we'll head down here. Here's the entrance to that farm. That's field 20 on the left. That's the one you start off owning. So that guy right there, you own up there. Now we head down here and work our way around. We have chickens right here, which will hold 400 chickens. And we have storage for vehicles. This will be closed when you come on, but it was open because I opened it already. Get our harvester in there, equipment in there. Over here, you get kind of a ramp for loading, or for just, you could role play getting stuff repaired or doing an oil change, however you want to do it. You just got a pile of junk over here in the corner. And then right here, we have our sheep pasture. Sheep, right? Yep, 250 sheep. Water tank right there. Trailer and semi-truck right there. And then we have our sleep trigger right here. This house does not have a sleep trigger. And then out here we have a water point as we're heading out. So yeah, decent little starting farm here. I like it. let's go ahead and hop into flight mode. So there's kind of an aerial view of it. You got a couple ponds in the back there, but nice setup. And it has easy access to other fields. So if you wanted to expand out as you got bigger and made more money, you could easily do that. But this is your starting field up here. Now, if we head down this way, this is kind of the bulk of your farmland. This is where most of your other fields and extra fields are going to be down here. So a lot of the farmland down here. And there are some trees in there, which I think adds to it. I know some of you guys won't like these little islands of trees and stuff, but I think it adds to it. I think it's kind of cool to have those on there. Now down here you have this farm, which that field looks kind of purplish because it has black beans in it. That is the field that comes with this chunk of land here. So if we go down here, one of these houses does have a sleep trigger. I believe it's this one right here. I don't know if it'll let me do it. Maybe it's this one. No, it won't let me do it if I'm in flight mode. Go figure. That's just a decorative shed there. You have sheds for storage. You have a water point here. You have a cow pasture, which will hold 300 cows. And then you have a silage bunker here. More stuff to do with your cow pasture there. And then it heads back out. So not a ton going on. Just enough to have some stuff for you. And I've already taken a look at these sell points through here. So what we are going to do is kind of bounce out to the lime mine out here, which is where your lime point is, which is a very cool feature. I like it when these are in here. It's something a little bit different than just having a lime silo essentially sitting somewhere. But yeah, so you pull under this trigger here and you'll be able to get lime. Always, it's nicely detailed. Got a lot of cool stuff going on for it. So I like that. Then if we head up this way, here's kind of your very basic starting farm right here. This one you just have a water point, a sleep trigger, and a shed. Well, that's all you have here. And I believe this one too, which is what I don't like about this one. This one's 600,000. You don't have any fields. I mean, you could buy that, I guess, as well, but you don't have any fields versus at least, I mean, you can buy these little chunks of land too. I just actually noticed that. See, maybe it's good to do multiple tours. But this one's, yes, this one's 200,000 more, but it comes with a field versus this one. If you wanted to get a field, I mean, 9's the smallest one closest. You got to dish out another 250. This one's 1.1 million, but again, comes with a field. So yeah, that's a lot of money for that chunk of land, unless they're going to put a field on it, which you probably would have to if you wanted to survive, depending on what you're doing or do animals or something. But yeah, if we head up here, we'll kind of curve back over to the main highway here. Got to head up this route, kind of get a nice aerial view of the town. Heading up over here, again, you got a couple of sell points down there. You got our BGA, and then most of our sell points that are inside the city here. I am curious, those points that we can buy. One is this little area here with this little farmland section there. Interesting. So that we could buy. And then that house right there and that's interesting. Interesting that you can buy those guys there. It'd be cool. I don't know if this is true or not. It'd be cool if like you bought like the houses and they provided you rent or something. That would be kind of cool. That'd be a cool feature. But anyhow, enough said. I'm there dreaming. I don't think that's a feature that's in the map. I would feel like they would mention that in the description. But anyhow, we head up here. This is our starting farm up here. So, and this one's fairly well equipped to get you going with whatever you need to do. But that is everything, folks. That is the entire map for you. If you guys enjoyed this map tour, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.